So, Steph, with the third pick in this draft, we're all sitting on the edge of our seats waiting to see which quarterback is going to go to San Francisco. You got Justin Fields on the board. You got Mac Jones on the board. And you got Trey Lance on the board. And sure enough, the 49ers pick Trey Lance.
It's crazy, man.
What does this mean for this 49ers organization? We haven't seen a lot from him. He's one of the most unproven guys in this class. Started one game last season because of COVID. In 2019, he was phenomenal. 28 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 1,100 rushing yards, and 14 rushing touchdowns, 6'4", 226. He gives you a lot of the physical tools you want for a quarterback. But, Steph, he's playing in the FCS, and we haven't seen a lot. So what do you think about Trey Lance on the 49ers? Are you in or are you out?
I'm in. If I had to pick a side, I'm in. But I do have Justin Fields over him right now because of that lack of proven production up to this point. I mean, he's had 17 starts at North Dakota State University playing in the Big Sky Conference. There's such a crazy range of outcomes here for Trey Lance. Because either he's the next superstar, a Josh Allen plus because of his athleticism, how stacked his offense is with weapons, Shanahan being that QB whisperer. In 2019, 16 games, started all of them, had 1,100 rushing yards and 14 touchdowns on the ground, while throwing at 67% completion, which is a top-tier efficiency, an extremely good 9.7 yards per pass attempt. So, again, efficient from a completion percentage standpoint and efficient from a passing yard standpoint. He had 28 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. You hear that, you're just like, this guy must be a generational talent. He didn't test, but he did tell NFL Network that he didn't need to run the 40 because he wore a GPS device to measure his speed in 2019 when he was on the field, and it had him running at 21.54 miles per hour on a long touchdown run, which would have been among the top 20 times for the 40 at the NFL Combine last year. So
that's next level.
We don't know specifically what the testing metrics are, but Lance might be one of the fastest dudes in the NFL right away, and definitely at the QB position. And in a year or two, this guy could be the number 2 overall startup pick behind Patrick Mahomes, no question.
Yeah, I mean, that's the upside.
That's where the upside goes, because 700 rushing yards is in his range of outcomes. That's better than both Kyler and Allen, their rookie years. That's a top 8 fantasy quarterback. But let me talk about the downside, because we only saw one true season in the Big Sky Conference. Their team went 15-0 and won the FCS as a freshman before Trey Lance was even the starter in 2018. And then in 2019, Lance came in as the starter and went 16-0. So this team, he's never lost in college, Trey Lance. But I'm worried that level of competition, not only with Lance and everybody else, but for the entire NDSU team, maybe they were just that good as a team that they were able to dominate because they were able to dominate without him at quarterback when he was a freshman. And he's raw as a passer. He's super young. We should probably expect some interceptions as a rookie and beyond. Maybe some rough patches with his efficiency or just lack of pass volume if Shanahan's trying to dial him back a little bit. But as far as his rookie season, we just need him to run early and often, and he's going to be in starting lineups right away.
Yeah, I agree. And Steph, you know what pass can't be intercepted? A 6-inch shovel pass to Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk running a jet sweep across the formation, because I think this landing spot could not have been better for Trey Lance. If you get for the 49ers, they swung for the fences. They went with the guy that they're we want a guy who could be a top 3 quarterback in the NFL. So I get it. I praise that. They went in. They went all in. Great. But for Trey Lance, you're getting a situation where you have a great team around you, a great coaching staff, a good running game, a solid offensive line, a fantastic defense, and you have weapons all over the field that are the type of weapons that are a quarterback's best friend. You have these playmakers in Deebo Samuel and in Brandon Ayuk that can get the ball in their hands close to the line of scrimmage and make plays. And then you have George Kittle, who's just an absolute beast. We all know what George Kittle can do. I don't need to talk about George Kittle here, but you start doing these jet sweeps, you start doing these motions, you start sending guys wide down the field, and it leaves George Kittle plenty of room to operate. He's such a big target. If there's some slight inaccuracies early on from Trey Lance, a guy like George Kittle can help make up for those. Obviously, if it's throws that he's sailing over people's heads, it's going to be a problem. We will see interceptions, like you said. But I think the weapons on this team are set up for Trey Lance to be incredibly successful. Hopefully, we do get to see him run a lot as well. But, Steph, something I'm interested to see as a rookie for Trey Lance is how soon he sees the field. For a while there, it seemed like Jimmy G was going to be traded. The draft came and went. Jimmy G was not traded. And now there's these quotes coming out that he's already talked to Trey Lance. He's congratulated him. He's looking forward to mentoring him. So signs are pointing towards Garoppolo being on the roster to start the season. We'll see if that happens or not. But if Jimmy G comes out with a good 49ers team that was in the Super Bowl just 2 seasons ago, and they start out 7-1 and then 10-2, and then they go 12-4 and they're hosting a home playoff game, and Jimmy G isn't the reason that they're losing any of these games, he's not making any big time mistakes, there's a chance we don't see Trey Lance play this year. Like, there is a non-zero chance Trey Lance, maybe outside of some packages and things like we've seen from Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson in their rookie seasons, there's a shot he doesn't play. And I don't think that's going to happen. I do expect Trey Lance to probably be the starter by about week 7 or week 8. But we have to understand that that's in the realm of possibility. Patrick Mahomes didn't get any meaningful time his rookie season either. So it could happen. But regardless, I do love Trey Lance as a prospect. He gives you that rushing floor and that rushing upside in fantasy football in Dynasty. He has the upside to be, like you said, the second, the third quarterback off of the board behind Mahomes. But it might not happen right away. And hopefully we do get to see it right away. Steph, I know you, me, and just about everybody else that's a football fan wants to see Trey Lance on the field and wants to see what he can do. But we'll have to see how the 49ers season goes and see how early these fans start calling for him. But what I really don't want to happen is that Tua Fitzpatrick situation in Miami. I don't want Trey Lance to come in week 5 or week 6 and then Trey Lance to start struggling a little bit as a rookie, and then them throw Jimmy G back in, and then throw Trey Lance back in, and just have some crazy rotation like they don't trust him. If Trey Lance gets a start for the 49ers, I hope they just wipe their hands and be like, that's it, we're done, we're going to see what he can do. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping by the midway point of the season, Trey Lance is inserted as the starting quarterback, and we get to see what he can do, no questions asked, and he's not playing for his job. But I'm with you. I think he's fantastic. We just haven't seen the sample size. So if you're San Francisco, why not use his rookie season, back half of the rookie season, give him some time to work with the coaching staff. Don't put him in an incredibly, tough situation coming out and starting week 1 as a rookie. But see what you got now. Why wait?
And there's a risk for any raw quarterback. We might be seeing it right now with Jalen Hurts. And we saw it last year with Tua. There's a risk that they're not the best passers, and they get benched in a few years. Like, that's in the realm of possibility with Trey Lance. Now, do I think that's going to happen? Absolutely not. He's still my QB3 in the class. He's no doubt a top 5 rookie pick in dynasty leagues. I actually love him as a late-round flyer in redraft as well. But the fact that they moved up for this guy, put out all these smoke screens,
absolutely,
and took him 3rd overall, they're going to give this kid every possible chance for success that they can. And that's got to make you feel really comfortable. Just that draft capital, that team investment alone, you got to feel like it's more likely that Lance will get all the help that he needs to be successful than, he becomes the next Drew Lock, right? And just, or Jameis Winston, right? Throws a bunch of interceptions, and now they're on the fence with this guy. He's getting benched. He's getting cut, all these situations. At the end of the day, we're playing to win these leagues. If you want to win a league, you need these top-tier players, and you've got to take shots in these rookie drafts. That's why it's a gamble that you have to be willing to take. Trey Lance is exciting. There's a massive range of outcomes. I hope he starts sooner rather than later. And Jimmy G hasn't exactly been healthy all the time either. He's missed a lot of games. I believe it's something like 40% of his starts with the 49ers. He's missed up to this point. So even if Jimmy G is playing well, to your point, just kind of playing out how the season's going to go, it's also likely that Jimmy G gets hurt again, and then it's Trey Lance time.